I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Oh.
Hey. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, we back for the afternoon snooze. On my time, afternoon snooze. Cause I be trying to keep that information. Hey, Jack, what's up? A bit tired, but it's up my bush babies, my replay babies. Hey, how are you? Let's start this sucker off. Now, if they don't fix themselves, my. This is fair use. Let's go.
Her name's Michaela. One day, she and her boyfriend Adam are on a road trip together, and they're passing through Alabama. And they're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and suddenly they see a woman on the side of the road, and she's flagging them down. She needs help, and they pull over. So this woman, let's call her Yaz, and Yaz asks them for jumper cables. Her car is apparently broken down back at her campsite a little further into the woods. And Adam's like a super nice guy, so he's like, of course we'll help. So Yaz leads them further back into the woods, and they see her car with the hood already popped open. Now, before Adam gets out of his van, he reaches into the back, and he grabs his pew-pew, and he tucks it into his waistband, just in case. So they try jumping Jazz's car, and it is not working. And they keep trying for over an hour. And by this time, Michaela is ready to leave. And she's like, okay, this is not working. Is there anything else we can help you with? And suddenly, Yaz is like, yes, you can put your hands up. And she pulls out a pew-pew. So Michaela and Adam are like, what the fuck? While Yaz forces them to empty their pockets. She's robbing them. And she takes Michaela's phone and she demands her banking account info. Now, it seems like Yaz is nervous.
What they
like
doing.
Maybe she hasn't done this a lot. Because suddenly, out of nowhere, she lowers her pew-pew and it's like, ah.
That's what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to do it, but that's what they're trying to do with that on that website, because people got to put in their information to get on their website, which means they are getting your email. Yes, they are. They're getting your email numbers. They want that before you get on their website. They want your information. Thank you, my Jackie. But this is the Rashad Jamal. What made me play this is because if they don't get out that mindset, like I said, if they don't get out that mindset, this is what's going to keep reoccurring, right? They have to get out of the mindset. Hey, Spice. But we got to remember that. So I just wanted to save that part. If you go on their website, to them girls' website, be expected to give up some information. Be expected to give up some information. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, yeah. I wish I could find that one. If you got that one, girl, send that to me. My YouTube email is in the bio. Yes, it's out of control because people think, like, I know you guys always good for saying, "Oh, they lazy. They need to get a job." No, I don't care if they never work or get a job. I don't want you working until you get some help. I don't want you working unless you got that out your system, because they can snap at any moment. We do not know their triggers. If you're working hard, just don't give them your money. Don't worry about you working hard and them not working at all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then family members, usually when they come home, you think they are ready for the regular society. They are not. You already got giving them chores. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Remember, they have gotten orders from a leader, a cult leader. It is confusing to now get orders from you. They're not scared of you. They left you. The cult had them scared. The household does not. So we want them do this, do that, do this, do that, do that, do this, do this. No, it don't go like that. It doesn't go like that. But I understand what you guys are saying, but that's not reality. That is not reality. Reality is it takes time. Just like a breakup. It takes time. You can't say, "Oh, you just broke up." How many times you tell people when you break up? Not the stupid people, the smart people. Take your time before you get another relationship. So they got to take their time before they get back into life. Right? So let's go.
I'm just playing, y'all. And the moment she lets her guard down, Adam pulls out his firearm and he's like, "Get on the fucking ground." But Yaz doesn't get on the ground. Instead, she starts fumbling her pew pew, but apparently she's never actually used one before, and it suddenly goes off and fires into the ground. This shot spooks Adam, and so Adam starts shooting back, hitting Yaz in the stomach. Then she starts shooting back at him. Now they're shooting at each other, and Adam hits her 4 times, and she's down. Now it seems like it might be over, but then Adam suddenly says, "I'm shot," and he falls to the ground because one of Yaz's bullets got him in the back. So Michaela gets her phone back, and she calls 911. But they're so far out into the woods, it's going to take at least 30 minutes for anyone to get there. Meanwhile, Yaz tries to run away, but she can't because at least one of those shots she took in the leg. So she just randomly starts calling out, "Crystal, Crystal, help me." Now, who the hell is Crystal? Now, that is when another strange woman just suddenly emerges from the woods. This woman, Crystal. And Crystal starts circling around them, trying to assess the situation. And finally, she looks at Yaz and is like, "What do you want me to do?" Then she runs back into the woods. Now, eventually, paramedics arrive, but unfortunately, it's too late for Adam. He ultimately doesn't make it. So they take Yaz away on a stretcher, and police talk to Michaela about what happened. And she tells them the whole story, and she mentions there was this other woman, Crystal, who appeared out of the woods and then suddenly disappeared. So police spread out, and they start looking for Crystal. Now, they get about a half mile into the woods, and they spot a group of 10 together. Kind of looks like a base camp. And standing by one of these tents is Crystal. So police see her and they're like, "Get on the ground." And Crystal does. But not a moment later, a 5-year-old kid runs out from one of the tents with a loaded shotgun pointed at police. And police are like, "Whoa there, kid, put that down." But the kid doesn't put it down. He clings to it. And he walks up until he's next to Crystal, who's still on the ground. It turns out Crystal is the kid's mom. But that's not even the weirdest part about all this. The weirdest part about all of this, the tents in the middle of the woods, Yaz, Crystal, the kid with the shotgun, they are all allegedly part of some spiritual group called the University of Cosmic Intelligence, aka a cult. And the leader of this alleged cult is this guy, Rashad, who used to make a lot of TikToks preaching his culty nonsense until his account got banned and he went to prison recently for being a P3DO. I'm not kidding. So supposedly they're all in a cult following the teachings of that guy. And they've been living in the woods off the grid and they've run out of resources. So they come up with this plan to pretend their car's broken down and rob.
See, pretend their car is broken down. This is why I tried to say it's not like we don't have a heart for them. But as long as they're still in there for whatever reason they're still in there, this might occur, right? They're still serving. They still know the game. Yeah, because you don't do the game no more, that don't mean you don't know the game, right? May not play pool no more, but if you had to play a game of pool, you still know how to play, right? Just like riding a bike. You don't forget stuff. Yeah, because you don't do it no more. That doesn't mean you can't. If you have to, that doesn't mean you can't, number one. And then number two, you have to remember that desperation will make you do some desperate things. Yeah, Jack. Sounds like something no, but this is what's happening because they're not deprogrammed. And they still have a lot of people that's still serving them and still sending him money, right? And if they run out of resources, they're going to do what they do, right? So we have to want them to get out. Yes, we want them to get out for the better for them and the better for us. We don't want them going pretending nothing and getting people. They're capable of whatever Eligio tells them. Same way they are capable of whatever Rashad tells them. They are still, if anybody is in any cult and their leader is not there, they are still capable, not saying they're going to do it, but they're still capable of what they can do.
Whoever tries to stop and help them. Anyway, police arrest Crystal and they eventually arrest Yaz in the hospital. Here's Crystal's mugshot. Here's Yaz's. They go to trial. They get convicted. Yaz is sentenced to 35 years in prison for unaliving Adam, but Crystal is actually sentenced to life because apparently she was the mastermind behind the whole robbery. And by the way, Michaela has a TikTok page and she talks all about this. She's actually pretty great. Shout out to Alabama.
Adam had his gun on him the whole time because he said this is how people get robbed. So I was just waiting for him to use it.
A Florida woman now sharing the story of how helping a stranded driver in the Talladega Forest Sunday led to a shootout in the woods. Her boyfriend dead and 2 women now charged with murder. Hello, everyone. The Clay County Sheriff's Office now says the suspects appear to have camped in the Talladega Forest.
Authorities say in the camp, they also found a 5-year-old boy who charged them armed with a shotgun. ABC 3340's Stephen Quinn spoke tonight with Michaela Paulus, whose boyfriend was killed during the robbery attempt. And Stephen Paulus says that she found herself at one point alone in the woods with her boyfriend's killer.
Brenda, Michaela Paulus is back in Florida tonight with her family. Her boyfriend, Adam Simji, and her were set to begin a new chapter in college together next week. Now, as for the woman who she says killed her boyfriend, Michaela says she said everything she needed to in those woods. Michaela Paulus and Adam Simji's road trip was meant to celebrate the beginning of their new journey together at the University of Central Florida. It ended in bloodshed. Sunday started with a trip to Mount Cheaha, where they found Yasmin Hyder seemingly stranded on the side of the road. Fate then seemed to intervene.
He had just bought this huge battery pack and made sure that we charged it the night before.
Michaela is also the daughter of a mechanic.
I even called my dad and we watched YouTube videos and stuff to try and fix her car, but she, at the end, when nothing could be done, she pulled out a gun and told us to walk into the woods.
Hyder told them to dropped their phones. She asked for banking passwords, but Michaela knew something she didn't.
Adam had his gun on him the whole time because he said this is how people get robbed. So I was just waiting for him to use it.
She described what happened next.
Her guard dropped after she had asked for all the banking passwords and stuff, and Adam pulled out his gun and told her to get on the ground. And that's when she started messing around with her gun. It jammed once, but they both shot at each other, and she was shot a few times, and he was shot only once.
Michaela found her phone and called 911. Adam was bleeding, so she used her shirt to desperately try to stop it. He never woke up.
He literally was like an angel on earth already. Everyone that met him loved him. He was always making jokes and being goofy.
It took nearly 30 minutes for paramedics to arrive. Michaela says she found herself alone in the woods with the woman who killed her boyfriend of 4 years, the man she loved, the man she lived with. So what did she tell her?
We would have given you food and money. I already told her, like, she didn't have to shoot. I think I've said everything I need to say to her until we go to court.
Now, during all of this, Paulus came to the realization that a second woman, Crystal Pinkins, was also there. She's been charged with murder along with Hines, and she was also found at the camp along with her 5-year-old son, who Brenda described was armed with a shotgun when police arrived. Now, as for Michaela, she is back in Florida, and she tells me she's leaning on friends and family to get through this week. She's also putting off beginning her master's work at Central Florida, which she was supposed to begin Monday alongside her.
The audio is clear. Leon, what's going on? Hey, Rain. Good morning to everyone. So, okay, you guys can hear it. Great. Man, I'm sure almost everybody in here can relate to how our mentalities, mindsets, and perspectives change as we gain new information and as we encounter new life experiences. I'm sure most of us can agree that we're not thinking today the same way we thought 5 years ago, 1 year ago, or even maybe 1 month ago. So,
Hey, Angela.
I want to share with you guys some changes in my perspective concerning carbonation thus far. The first one I would like to start with is the previous narrative I had concerning the
Hey, Lisa.
character of the current cult members and even former cult members.
Hey, Nate.
I have often been heard saying good things about Jax, Juju, Aya, Malia, Efru, and Zoka.
Mm-hmm.
And after some serious reflection and sit down, I had to be honest and say I don't know these people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I do not know Jax and his upbringing and his history.
That's a lot of meat.
I do not know Juju, Aya,
Yeah, that's a
Malia,
lot of
Efru,
meat, though. No, no, no.
Zoka. I do not know these people.
That's okay. It's good.
I wanted to believe that
Yeah, but as soon as you
they
bite it, it's all
were
gonna.
just like me.
I guess I'm gonna have to get one now.
Or I want
Not
to
even my
believe
finger.
that they are just like me. But the truth of the matter is that
Mm-mm.
Jax,
I got the
Juju,
water.
Aya, Malia, Efru, and Zoka could just be narcissistic, just as narcissistic as Eligio Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
They may not express it in the same way, and they may not exhibit the same exact extreme behaviors, but narcissists come in different shapes and forms as well. So, where I want to promote this storyline and this narrative that, oh, listen, guys, I know Jax, he's like this. And listen, guys, I know Juju, or I know Aya, I know Malia, I know Efru, and I know Zoka. The truth of the matter is that you can be around somebody for 4 years and still not know who they are. Just like you guys have, quote unquote, watched me online. But the truth of the matter is, there's so much about me that's not online and that you guys did not see. And what you are truly operating on is your idea of who you think I am based upon what you have seen and what you have heard. And that's not to say that your perception of me is inaccurate. But I will say that it is truly based upon your idea and your best judgment. And I had to be honest with myself and was like, hold on, bro, slow down. You're promoting Jax and Juju and Aya and Efru and Malia and Zoka to be something that may just not be accurate. I wanted to believe and I wanted the narrative and storyline to be what I wanted it to be. But when I step back and be honest with myself, I don't have enough information on any of these people, current members and former members. I don't have enough information on these people. They showed up one day, they joined Carbonation, and they began to follow the same script and the same indoctrination process I did. However, when I look at some of the behaviors of current and former members, I have to be honest with myself and say that there is a possibility, as sad and as unfortunate as it is, as if having one narcissist is not enough. There is a potential that current and former members are just like Eligio Bishop and have no intention of changing because they are who they are. We're waiting on someone to change when they are being exactly who they are. So I had to readjust my narrative because I'm promoting a narrative or a story that I want. But the truth of the matter is, Jax could be just as crazy as Eligio Bishop. Juju could just be as crazy as Eligio Bishop, as well as the remaining women. And that sucks to say because the storyline I want is that Eligio Bishop is the only narcissist in this situation, and that those who come in contact with him began picking up his ways and his ideologies, and they are confused. But the truth of the matter is that Eligio Bishop, as we well know, is one of many narcissists. He is not the only narcissist. He is not the only psychopath. He is not the only sociopath, and he's not the only lunatic. There is a possibility that some former and current members have the same personality disorders. And while I have maybe prematurely come to their defense, I would like to make an update to my previous narrative concerning former and current members and say that I do not know these people. And unfortunately, there is a potential that they are equally as narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, and disturbed as Eligio Bishop. And I feel like the only way to truly tell is time. But I had to pause and say that I don't have enough information to say that, oh, Jax is a good guy. Juju is a good guy. You know, I thought the same thing about Eligio Bishop. That's what made me stop in my tracks. I thought Eligio, when I looked at his videos from Atlanta, he was by himself. He appeared to be somebody who enjoyed peace and solitude and incense and vegan food. And he didn't seem like somebody who was remotely interested in chaos or harming people. So I said that I have been known and I have shown myself to make false assessments about somebody's character. And I had to tell myself, how do I know that I'm not doing that again? By projecting this narrative and storyline onto current and former cult members. And what will truly determine who is actually indoctrinated and who is actually a narcissist like Eligio Bishop is change. One thing we know, and it's hard to quantify on a timeline because everybody's cult exit will be different. But one thing we know Eligio Bishop will never do is he'll never change and he'll never take responsibility. If you guys have not heard his sister's interview on Lisa Says What channel, you know, today's Friday, arguably the best day of the week. I know you guys have other obligations and other responsibilities, but if you have not heard Eligio Bishop's sister's interview, I urge you to listen to that.
Or you can come listen to this one.
Is qualified to give details about Eligio Bishop.
Or you can watch it here.
This is her literal,
watch it here.
Actual
5 hours.
Biological brother.
No, my interview. Bye. It's time.
Critical pieces.
Goodbye.
That shows.
I gave y'all 5 hours. I gave you 5 hours.
Did not.
Goodbye.
As it is often.
No.
Promoted. Nope. Eligio Bishop did not start off good and change his intentions at a later time.
Oh, that's much better.
Listening to his sister
mine wasn't an interview.
And her account
and mine
of his
was
behavior. It's not, on Lisa Says What.
Mine
Listening
was not
to his sister.
Mine was not
who knew him long before Nature Boy. Who knew him long before any other identity he could adopt. She confirmed that Eligio Bishop has always been Eligio Bishop. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes.
Exactly.
And thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you so much, Aaliyah Machete. That sounds like such a dangerous name. But thank you for saying that. And what I also would like to move into is letting go. Letting go is one of the most difficult yet rewarding things you can do concerning being violated and disrespected by other people. A lot of people believe in Eligio Bishop's lies. They believe in his false storylines about his upbringing. Some people even consider Eligio Bishop's sentence to be too harsh. And they consider it to be too harsh, right? And I had to forgive these people, and I had to let go of wanting to defend and defeat these people's narrative, because I use the Bible now.
What do you mean you
But I
didn't
use it for
understand
myself.
what we were saying?
I
Bye,
don't
Nick.
let the pastor
Bye, Nick.
and I dang
Bye,
sure
Nick.
don't let a
Bye.
spiritual guru
Bye.
interpret it
Bye.
for me.
Bye.
In the Bible, there is things that
Bye.
are very useful and relevant to this day. But I personally,
She
and I
not
get to have
eating.
my own
She know
personal
I'm
relationship
munching.
with God and the Bible, I personally still don't think that the Bible is promoted and interpreted in a way that it applies to everybody in every form. And I think that the best approach to religious text is for you to develop your own interpretation, as long as it's not used to manipulate
I
and
got the
harm
same
others.
interview. Bye. Bye.
And
Be
one of my
quiet.
favorite things about the
Bye.
Bible
Bye.
is
Bye.
forgive them
Bye.
for they do not know.
Bye.
And that is very effective. And
I got the scoop first. I got the scoop first. I got the scoop first. I hear y'all eating. What y'all talking about? I hear y'all eating jacket. And I'm saying bye, 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 and bye. Bye. I done got the scoop first on that part too. And they was in here too. The nerve, the nerve, the nerve, the nerve. Yeah, I work hard too. Shoot. I put my sweat in also. The nerve. Oh.
I apply it and it works in my life. The reason I have to forgive people is because they are perceiving Eligio Bishop through the relationship that they had with him, which was a digital internet screen relationship. 100% of, and I'm not exaggerating, 100% of the people who say that they believe Eligio Bishop's sentencing was too harsh did not meet him in person. If they did meet him in person, it was only on 1 or 2 occasions. These people did not spend years with Eligio Bishop long enough to understand that his current charges are only a fraction of his offenses towards people. The ironic thing about this is that Eligio Bishop got away with a lot more than he was charged and convicted for. But fortunately enough, his conviction was symbolic for all of the lives that he has taken. And so therefore now his has been taken. And so I have to forgive these people and let it go within myself that I need to explain to these people, that I need to convince these people, that I need to bring them over to my side, and so that they can see Eligio Bishop the way I do. I had to forgive these people, for they do not know Eligio Bishop. They are basing their perception of Eligio Bishop on a phone relationship. Of course, Eligio Bishop's not that bad when your relationship with him is based upon videos you've seen. So I had to forgive them and just let that go. And I will tell y'all, in my opinion, I think one of the most difficult things to do is to let go and let God. Because me personally, I don't know if y'all felt this way. I'm sure everybody in here has had moments in which they wanted to seek revenge. You was like, forget that, put it in God's hands, because God might not do it like I want it to be done. I'm sure everybody has had that feeling like, no, God, I ain't gonna put it in your hands because you might
No,
not
you
do it the way
can't.
I want it to be done.
No, you
And
can't
you
do it the
might
way
not do it when I
God do
want
it.
it to be done.
Nah, you
A
can't
lot
do
of
it the
us
way
have
God.
wanted
No.
to take revenge into our own hands.
No, you can't do it the way God may want to do it. I think he meant it the other way around. Because God don't mess around, baby. He don't mess around. Because, baby, look, he life plus 10 and parole. You can't do that. You can't do what's going to happen. How he going to do it up in that jail, baby? No. I think it's done.
But this situation
But
has taught me
a great conversation,
that
though.
if somebody
No, I'm not
had
eating no more.
taken,
Ha ha.
because the people often ask me why y'all didn't jump and why y'all didn't do this. If people would have taken action in their own hands,
I finished my chopped
Eligio
cheese.
Bishop getting killed would have been a leniency. God had the most appropriate sentence for Eligio Bishop.
Yep. I just said
And
it.
that is for him to spend life
Yep.
without parole.
Yep.
Don't kill him. That would have been letting him off the hook.
Yep.
I personally think that God wants Eligio Bishop to suffer. I hope he lives to be 100 years old. I don't want him to die. At one point, I did. But I Eligio Bishop, I hope ironically, I hope he lives a long life.
Yeah.
You know, usually when we want somebody to have a long life, we consider it to be a blessing. But I want Eligio Bishop to be the oldest man
On
I
earth.
want him to break the record
Hey, the shine the dawn.
for the oldest man to ever have lived.
Swat it just right.
I want his suffering to continue after he dies.
Making me I could go to sleep. Which I am.
I hope that in hell
I'm going to bed.
they drain his insides
Ooh.
and wear his skin like a jacket.
Ooh.
Repeatedly.
Uh-oh. Oh, well.
But nonetheless,
Jackie, the closet
one
is
of the
getting an upgrade.
major things I wanted to adjust is that y'all, I don't know Jax. I don't know Juju. I wanted to hang on to the idea that these guys were some good guys. And I'm also not saying they're bad guys. I had to adjust myself from promoting the idea that I knew Jax and Juju and I and Efru, Malia, and Zoka's true character, because I don't, y'all. That's just like people getting on the internet telling y'all about me, trying to magnify the little bit of information they have on the internet when that is merely a fraction.
I'm joking with you a bit tired. I'm joking with you, baby. I'm joking. But I still have to promote my own video too. What's up, comment? I have to promote mine first, right? But I'm just joking. I ain't got, and not y'all. We've been doing this 7 years. We was there. A lot of these videos that are our videos from us staying up all night watching them go live and screen recording and stuff like that. A lot of these videos that we see come from people. All of the videos come from a screen recording Bigo. We did that, right? Who remembers Nick? When I used to have to stop my show, remember when Boss Lady be like, such and such is on live on Bigo. Remember we had to stop the video and we would have to go on live and catch it on live. And that's every video you see come from a content creator, because all these are older videos. All these old ones come from one of us who didn't get no sleep. But I was just joking. I know I was joking. You could have heard me the first time, dag it. But I really, really, really like that isn't exactly true. And that this channel was already talking about narcissism. This channel was already talking about psychopath. This channel was already talking about that before neighborhood before Nature Boy came along. It just so happened when he came along, he became a good textbook. So when I would teach about certain things, I would say, well, this would be the gaslighting. This would be the love bombing. So people can put the action and the word together. Because if you read it in a book, it doesn't do it justice. So Nature Boy was the perfect textbook, malignant, a malignant, narcissistic person, right? Right. So again, now he's a science project that be studied. Not really. It got something worse than him. He's a copycat. So I mean, he's gonna probably be studied in other ways. He be studied in other ways. He be studied in other ways. He be studied in other ways. If you know what I mean. Yeah, so Nature Boy didn't make this channel trying to get people to realize what narcissism is. And he just put a life to the word, right? And then he showed life to the word every single day. Every day he put life to it, right? And hopefully you guys learned more than what you were watching. Hopefully you was able to apply his tactics and learn how them tactics are. You got firsthand what them tactics are and what it can or cannot do to you, your loved one, or somebody. You got firsthand, right? And like I said, Key sitting up there, like I told y'all yesterday, we cannot take away the fact that as long as they're still in the cult, we want the best from them. But long as they're in the cult, we cannot take away. They are under orders. They have now became assassins. I'm trying to tell you. Them people are not the same no more. They wanted, I told you, Aya wanted to be the last one standing. I gotta go find my old videos when I used to talk about True. back off my 5-year conversation about. Oh, sorry, Aaron, but he was true at the time, right?
Of my life as a totality. Notice nobody can speak on my childhood. Nobody can speak on my high school years. Nobody can speak on my college years. Nobody can speak on my military years. The only thing these people have on the internet is a recycled story of what they've seen in carbonation, attempting to extend it as if it can even possibly compare to my total life story. Nobody knows any of my relatives. Nobody knows how I was prior to carbonation. You know what I mean? But that's okay. I have to forgive them because they do not know me. So I have no need or no desire to set the record straight because that would be a distraction from my primary mission. And my primary mission here is to dismantle carbonation's philosophy, not the people. I don't sit around and say they're dumb and they're stupid all day in different ways for 6 hours and call it a YouTube channel. I want to highlight the deeper psychological dynamics of carbonation and dismantle their ideology and philosophy and continue to show the true character of Eligio Bishop for the monster that he is. And I think that monster is actually not sufficient enough. I'm going to search the dictionary and find an appropriate word for Eligio Bishop. Because Monsters Inc. I'm not gonna do monsters like that. I think that I don't even think it's fair to monsters. I think Eligio Bishop needs a brand new word. Evil doesn't quite do it. Monster just doesn't. It just doesn't. It's just not hitting. Sinister, deviant, psychopath, narcissist. It's just not hitting for me. In hell right now, there's a basement. And in that basement, underneath the basement, is a roach. And on that roach
A
is a
buzzard,
place
a
where
buzzard,
feces
a
comes out.
buzzard,
And on that
a
feces
buzzard.
would be Eligio Bishop's birth. So I don't think that sinister, evil, psychopath, narcissist, it just does not capture who this man is.
A
I'm
buzzard.
not even going to do psychopaths like that.
Oh gosh.
I'm not going to do narcissists like that.
Nah,
I'm
you
not
got
going
the
to do
malignant
murderers and
ones.
killers like that.
Nah, he's a malignant
He
one.
needs his own little special place.
Well,
I'm
you
not
can
even
make
going to
up
do
one.
Satan like that.
Well, make up a word like we
I'm
do.
not even going to do the devil like that. He needs his own special little name and special little place. I'm not even going to do hell like that. I would be doing hell a disservice by having them house Eligio Bishop. He needs his own special little place He needs his own special little word to describe what he actually is. Because it is unfair to psychopaths. It's unfair to serial killers. It's unfair to Satan and the devil to have to share space with this person. And so I want you guys to know that as sad as it is, man, as sad as it possibly could be, because I'm neutral, there's a possibility that Jax, Juju, Aya, Malia, Efru, and Zoka are also narcissists. I'm not saying that that's a fact. I'm saying that I can no longer promote them as if I know them. I do not have enough information to truly speak on their character. Me and Kendra had to begin to know each other, because who we were allowed to be in the cult was a suppressed version of who we were. It was a confused and distorted version of who we were. Me and Kendra had to meet each other for the first time after the cult, if you can understand what I'm saying. So just like people have an idea about me, I have an idea about Jax, Juju, Efru, Malia, Zoka, and Aya. I probably said Aya 2 times. But it's a lot of names to keep track. But I have an idea of who I want them to be. But unfortunately, that idea could be misplaced and it could be inaccurate. And I'm glad you said that, Slim, Sassy, Classy, because there is another. I'm so glad I went to church and was able to pick up certain Bible verses. Although I do not agree with everything that the Baptists or Catholics believe in, I will not let somebody else's interpretation of the Bible make me want to throw the Bible away. I picked it back up and I read it for myself. And that has been the most effective method of interpretation that I have used thus far. I personally am an avid believer in what some would refer to as karma, but in the Bible, there is a instruction from God that says, vengeance is mine. And the best thing about God is that he can do things to you
Hi,
and you ain't never gotta go to
Angela.
jail.
Angelica, excuse me. Hi, Angelica.
God can smack you upside the head, put you in jail, put you in prison, and I ain't gotta lift a finger. It makes sense. God is like, listen, vengeance is mine. Do you really need to go to jail for something that I could do? And look at how God played Eligio Bishop. Couldn't nobody else play him like that. Eligio Bishop started in Atlanta and was finished in Atlanta. Couldn't no human do that. Couldn't no human have Eligio Bishop arrested in all these countries and released in all these countries, only to gas his head up so he could do just enough to get locked up for life. Come on, man. That ain't my faith in God has been restored. And it didn't require somebody else interpreting or improving. I think God will reveal himself or herself, whatever, however you want to look at it, because you have the right to believe what you want to believe. I believe God, in whatever form, will reveal himself or herself to us in a way that is undeniable, specifically to who we are and where we are at the time. Because sometimes the religious text and hearing somebody read it, it just doesn't hit. And so a lot of people stray away from religious texts because they don't agree with the interpretation, which is fine. But one thing you cannot walk away from is God. And that
You
may
got
mean
that right.
different things to different people.
You
And
got
that's
that right.
fine. We have
Tell it.
freedom of religion in this
Tell it.
country.
Tell it, tell it, tell it, tell it.
People act like you have to believe in what they believe in, how they believe in it. And that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship with God is different from yours because our experiences with God are different. So my faith and belief in God has been restored because it's such an art form in how God set Eligio Bishop up. Eligio Bishop was correct. He said, I'm being set up. I'm not being set up, am I? Yeah, you being set up, but you're being set up by something way more powerful than a courtroom, and a judicial system, and a detective. And if you don't learn it in this life, trust me, God's going to be there in all the other lives and all the other deaths that you experience.
Well, he ain't coming back.
And if you don't learn in this life, Mr. Bishop, you will learn in the next, or the next, or the next. Because trust me, unlike you, God got plenty of time. So if Eligio Bishop doesn't learn in his next life, he'll learn in his next life, and his next life, and his next life, and his next life, and his next life. Or maybe he's built up so much karma that he is a tormented soul whose purpose is to live and in turn. And Eligio Bishop was right. This is hell for you. Because Mr. Bishop, according to your own teachings, you're projecting your own mind. And so therefore I understand why you feel that way about this place. Because if I was you, I would think this was hell too. So Mr. Bishop was correct. But what he did was he falsely tried to get us to join the team. Because who wants to be in hell by themselves? Well, we're sorry, Mr. Bishop, and not sorry at the same time. Because unfortunately for you, this is out of our hands. You are right, Mr. Bishop. This is hell for you. And I know you don't want to be in hell by yourself, but unfortunately, we are not interested in joining you. Because those of us who are not demons, I'm not even going to do demons like that. For those of us who are not like Mr. Bishop, we actually can find joy in it just being a sunny day. We can find joy in just being able to see, and just being able to breathe, and just being able to walk and enjoy family and friends, to have a nice meal. But when you are a tormented soul like Eligio Bishop, you have an issue with everything. Oh, of course not, Soldier Girl. Of course not. Of course not, Soldier Girl. Of course not. That would be bad for the Nature Boy brand. That would be terrible for the Nature Boy brand. When you see a McDonald's commercial, they don't tell you how much saturated fat and calories is in the food. Come get it. It's cheesy. It's greasy. Don't you want it? Nature Boy acknowledging his own interrogation video in which he confirmed that she said no. That's not good for the PR campaign. That's not good for the PR campaign, man. That's not good for the Nature Boy clothing line. No. Are you serious? Oh, Soldier Girl, will you stop? Come on, the man's taking enough of a beating, don't you think? He was told repeatedly, do you want to talk to us? Do you want to talk to us? You don't have to talk to us. You know you don't have to talk to us, right? Oh, and by the way, you don't have to talk to us.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk to us? Are you saying do you want to talk to us? If so, you have to sign right here. Are you signing? Are you using a pen? And are you scribbling? Are you confirming that you want to talk to us? Because you don't. You know you could just be quiet, right? Okay. Well, go ahead, Mr.
Carry
Bishop.
on.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
Go
Carry on.
ahead.
Carry on. What? Wait.
Go ahead, Mr. Bishop. Go ahead.
Let me tell you how this happened.
Go ahead. Yeah. Now, why would she say that, Mr. Bishop? Listen, man. I just went to Costa Rica, man, and I was teaching people knowledge of self, and they just came, and we had fruit, and we went to Mexico and Nicaragua. But and I get all that, but what would make her say these things? You know, biologically, the neurological matter in the brain, the way it connects. Listen, man, I'm just a spiritual teacher, okay? And I didn't do it. If you look at my phone, listen, the passcode is 8116, okay? In the phone, I got everything. It's good, and you have evidence, right? Yeah. What's on that? What's on the phone? It's educational. It shows her in the video. See, me and her, people know on the internet.
Oh,
me and her, we're like a thing. And the guys, they got
That's how I would say
guys, call the guys, and they'll bring all the laptops and TVs and everything. Right, and we get that. But on the laptop.
Now, that I feel bad for. I feel bad that they didn't know. He out there, yo, I'm gonna beat this. And he knew all along. Through every phone call and everything else he told on himself. He knew all along he told on himself. And kept on going and going and going. You got these people out here fighting for you. And you threw them under the bus. Like that's the thing he kept from everybody. He sure did. That part is terrible, but hey.
And the hard drives. What's on there? It's a lot of stuff on there. You know, it's me and my feathers and face paint and you know, and listen, man. The universe want me to be here, you know, then you know, I'm just gonna be here. You understand? But I ain't do nothing. You know, yeah, she said no, but you know, not no, like no, you know, not like no, get off me. You know, kind of like no,
not like stop, no, not stop.
You know, not like that. You know how it be when be saying stop and you do it anyway. You know how it be, man. Come on, man. Don't leave me out here like this, man, butt naked by myself. Come on, man.
I tell you, it's gonna be a long day.
You know how it be when chicks be like, no, get off me, man. I don't want to do this, and you be like, man, come on, shut up. You my property. You know you done said that to your wife. Come on, man. You know you done told. Come on now, don't leave me out here butt naked by myself hanging out here to dry. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know how it be when they be like, no, stop, get off me. I don't want to do this no more. I told you no 300 times.
That's my
And you be like, man, shut up, man. You my property. When I say property, I'm talking about like, not like a car. Like a car, man. You know how you be saying, how you treat your car like you treat your women. Come on, man. Don't leave me out here looking crazy on you. Is this recorded? Is this on the record?
No, Mr. Bishop. You could have it right to a lawyer.
Yeah,
Mr.
we
Bishop.
get that. We get that, Mr. Bishop. So you're saying she said no. You know, like KNOW, like the knowledge, know thyself. You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
come on now, brother,
boy,
don't have out here looking crazy on this interrogation, brother. Come on, you not know like NO. Come on, like KNOW, brother, like know thyself, brother. Come on, man. I feel like I'm being set up, man. I feel like I'm being set up.
I gotta watch these too.
I feel like I'm being set up. Come on, bruh. Come on, homie. Dang, homie. At the barbershop, you was the man, homie. What happened to you? Hey, homie.
5 fronts, now you're losing on your fronts.
Pole, you was the man, homie. What happened to you? Dang, homie. In the juvenile detention center, you was the man, homie. What happened to you? Dang, homie. In foster care, you was the man, homie. What happened to you?
Isn't he in
God dang. God, oh, homie. Dang, homie. On the edge was the man, homie. What happened to you?
You was hit by the
God, talk about fall off was a person. I'm telling Soldier Girl, Lord have mercy, my boy done rented a. Okay, y'all. We got breaking news, y'all. Breaking news. What Nature Boy meant by owning his own barbershop was that he was renting a booth like everybody else. And he felt like he was part owner of the barbershop because he was investing in it as well. Okay, so got it. Okay.
With the
just like when the police see the investigators, I seen how Legio Bishop kind of played that. They asked him, "Did you finish high school? Did you finish all 12?" He said, "Yeah, I finished all 12." All 12 what? All 12 levels on Super Mario? What you mean? He slipped that in there real smooth. We got you, boy. We caught you. He didn't say I finished high school. He said I finished all 12 levels of Tetris and Pac-Man. That boy, Del. That boy, you talk about take an inch. You give them an inch, they take a mile. Boy, that boy take a stratosphere. Give him an inch, that boy take a goddamn triathlon. God dang, they your boy. God dang. What he meant by he was in the military, he was talking about on Call of Duty. Cause that boy, everybody know. Shout out to all the veterans in the building, and especially active duty and reserve. Everybody know that they toe in the military. You will get a DD-214, which documents your military service, or you will get some type of paper that shows You was involved in the military.
He's an ROTC. Give me ROTC and Job Corps. What's wrong with you?
And by
ROTC.
prison, he mean he got stuck in the closet. And it felt like he was trapped for years.
He was in the closet with them.
I'm telling you, if you ain't got the DD-214, it ain't happening. Come on, man. That's like one of the most famous documents from the military. DD-214 shows a summary. It doesn't have it all, because you got to get that CD from the daggone national records to get your whole military record. But the DD-214 is one of the most well-known documents and widely accepted documents that proves you was in the military. If you don't have no DD-214, as far as the rest of the world is concerned, you was not in the military. Never entertain a clown unless you want to become a part of the circus. I'm telling you, but even then, the nail tinker, at least you would have a DD-214. You would have one. And knowing Nature Boy, he could have whited out dishonorable discharge and wrote honorable in on top of it. He would have did something, but that boy ain't have no documentation of going to prison. Don't you get paperwork in prison? I would imagine so, right? I would imagine you get paperwork in prison too. Almost everything come with paperwork. Shoot, when you born, you got a piece of paper to prove that. So I would imagine prison give you paperwork too. Exactly. Establishing home would have scratched the dis out and said that was disease. See, I wasn't dishonorably discharged because I was at ease. So how can you have a dishonorable discharge and an honorable discharge at the same time? He would have flipped that. That boy made up being in the military. Somebody said you do get paperwork from going to prison. You get paperwork for everything. Pretty girl, listen, I don't know why the current cult members act like I was never a cult member. They act like what they doing is something brand new to me. Like, yeah, see, you don't understand. I'll be looking at Jackson Juju like, y'all must think, did y'all not see me before y'all came to carbonation? See, nah, you and your little set, like, really, Jack? That's what you're going to... That's like somebody in the NBA trying to teach Kobe about basketball. Really? Look, Kobe, let me show you something. That's like somebody showing Tiger Woods how to golf. Like, hey, come here, bro. Let me show you how to do. That's like somebody trying to give Tom Brady quarterback advice. Hey, Tom, you need to throw it like this. Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere, they act like I wasn't in carbonation for 4 years. I know what I know. Just like when Pretty Girl said that about COVID, I remember where we were, and I know on their YouTube channel where to find the videos. My memory is rather good, and there's a video. I can get to it right now. but I don't even think I don't even think it's worth proving the point. Of course, not right now. I might bring it up on YouTube. I think I will bring it up on YouTube and play it and discuss it because I learned how to use StreamYard now, and I know how to play videos and commentate on them at the same time. So I think I will one day show the COVID video and play the COVID video of Eligio Bishop saying that COVID is something that we shouldn't be afraid of, something that we should be glad is happening, because according to him, it is the immune system of the planet that is coming in to wipe away the weak people and keep the strong people. He said that if you are on the frequency of God and if you're God's children, you don't have to worry about COVID because according to him, in order to have a disease, you have to be vibrating on the frequency of that disease. He says it clearly. He's very adamant about it. Now, all of a sudden, he's afraid of COVID. He even mentioned that he would get the vaccine. Come on, man. But we have plenty of time to dismantle their philosophy with their own videos, with their so-called teachings. Exactly, hey pretty girl. He violated COVID at the peak of COVID in Hawaii, had no regards for COVID, no mask, no shot, completely violated quarantine recommendations when they were being heavily enforced. We were arrested for violating COVID. But now you're in the courtroom saying that you are afraid of COVID when COVID is not even a national or international threat anymore.
Exactly,
And see,
Miss
this is
Bubbles.
why he's in the position he's in, because he shows over and over again that he does not care about how he affects other people. He only has his own best interests in mind, which makes him inherently dangerous. He will do anything to anyone for any reason just to serve his own best interests. Do you not know that us violating quarantine in Hawaii is national news? You can type it up right now. And then you did it. You did it when it was being heavily enforced, which shows that you did not care. You were not concerned with COVID. Now all of a sudden, when the social distancing and wearing a mask is not even a requirement anywhere anymore. Especially in Georgia. Georgia was one of the first states to lift COVID bans and was like, listen, y'all go back to work, go back to restaurants, eat inside the restaurants. It's okay. Georgia is leading the way. I'm telling you, Aaliyah, they was not having it. They was not having it. What's up, Kay? Listen, it is almost impossible to quantify psychological recovery into a timeline. I know, Lynn, you might not have heard my opening statements for this live, but one of the main updates, one of the main shifts I have had mentally is promoting this narrative that Juju and Jax and Aya, Malia, Efra, and Zoka are good people. And I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying that I placed a false judgment on Eligio Bishop, thinking he was one way, only for him to turn out to be someone completely different later. And so, although I want the narrative, and it would be a beautiful narrative, that the remaining cult members are also confused and will eventually leave and wake up, The truth of the matter is that I don't know them, and there's a possibility that they could be just as narcissistic as Eligio Bishop. It's not that I don't trust myself. It's that I think that it is best to remain neutral until you have enough evidence to make a decision, to take action, or to reach a proper conclusion about someone. I had to be honest with myself and say that I am only operating off of an idea of who I think these people are. But just like your relationship with me, there's a large part of who they are and their history that I do not know of that could potentially change my current perspective and idea about who they are. Eligio Bishop is not the only narcissist in the world. He's not the only psychopath in the world. And there is a potential. I'm not saying that it is a confirmed fact, but I think I have been too impulsive with my assessment about the character of the remaining members, and I do not have enough information on them, and I do not know them well enough, truthfully, to say without an absolute shadow of a doubt that they are not narcissists as well. Some of you have been in relationships with people for an extended period of time, thinking they were one way, only to find out later
They
that it
was
was a
something else.
facade,
Yep. The mask came off. They had a mask
and
on.
that the
It's called a mask.
smiles and the politeness
Yep.
was used as a sort of a bait
Yep. Prince Charming.
to get you emotionally attached so that they could then begin to show you who they actually were. And I'm saying that although I might have spent 3-4 years with certain people, that does not mean I am qualified to speak on their character. Just like I can't speak on any of you guys' character just because you show up in the chat and say supportive things. This is not to say that I am distrustful of you or think that you have alternative motives. I'm just saying that in order to get to know people, sometimes it takes more than 4 years. And you got to think that carbonation was an atmosphere in which everybody pretty much had to be the same, think the same, do the same, eat the same, sleep the same, and be the same. So what was I actually getting to know there? Other than a shell of who the person actually was, rather than their true character. I agree, TD. Some people I've been met with opposition, and that's fine. Some people believe that narcissists are made and that they are a byproduct of some type of trauma in childhood. But the person and the people who make these comments, they are not psychologists, and they're just stating their opinion. I got the information from Dr. Romney, who was a clinical psychologist. She said that narcissists are not made and that they are born and that they will not change, and that those who come in contact with narcissists have to accept that these people will not change and that they have to deal with them from a distance, if not at all. Yes, I understand that there's arguments. And a lot of people who spend time arguing have not actually dealt with a narcissist face to face. But this thing is coming to an end, y'all. And I will talk to y'all the next time I talk to y'all.
Narcissists will get along with a narcissist. That is so true. Yes and no. Yes and no. Unless there's a power struggle. Unless there is a power struggle. It takes one to know one. But that don't mean they get along, because somebody got to be top dog. Somebody has to be the top dog. Right? So that all depends. That's why a lot of businesses, a lot of the business owners of corporations are narcissists. And that's why they plan on taking other people's businesses, and they plot so they can own both businesses, right? Somebody got to be top dog now. Now, it's the other hot. It's almost 70 degrees. 67.
Oh my God, it is a nice day.
Now, I just thought this was beautiful. We still got to go into Nature Boy's deceptions later on today. I just wanted to bring that up because that was a very, very good piece. And I wanted to show it is so crazy how both went together. Both went together. It showed some of Rashad Jamal's locked up. So don't forget the drone sisters. The drone sisters, they still got their own court case. And it's amazing. It's amazing how nobody brings it up. I'm not talking about in the chat. I'm talking about anybody who interviews them or anything. Nobody brings it up. At all. At all. I ain't leave y'all with a kiss in a long time. I ain't leave y'all in a kiss in a long time. But I shall be back. Yes, I will. In the afternoon. In the evening. I should be back. Oh no, I'm hoping my band-aid up. My band-aid came off my toe. Oh man. It's always a problem. Just
I can't lie, I'm mesmerized. fighting eyes. I'm so high, they watching while I'm mesmerized. Fighting eyes. I'm so high, they watching while I'm mesmerized. Fighting eyes. I'm so high, they watching while I'm mesmerized. Fighting eyes. I'm so high, they watching while I'm mesmerized.